fellow babies, and welcome to a 42 show where we start with a really good question. What do you do if Dunk's going to be late or maybe not here at all? You bring Maya Atkinson around. How's it going, Maya?
Hey, everybody. Good to see you.
All right, so we got a cool co-host, and we're going to rip through some articles, some fun, some serious. You be the judge, and at the end, the points are collected, and they don't matter. Or did I just steal that from somebody else? Who knows? But here we go. We got CVS, Rite Aid, and Walgreens in the United States have been handing out your medical records for a long time without warrants to police. Now, I think we all know that warrants were brought in for this kind of thing for a reason, so we didn't have rampant. You know, like this is the worst thing to hear in when we should be focusing on privacy in the world.
Well, I mean, we actually have HIPAA, which, oh God, I think it's Healthcare Privacy Portability Act, or I don't, and I'm HR, I should know this, but everybody just talks about HIPAA. If you're in healthcare, you know about HIPAA. CVS, Rite Aid, Walgreens, they all know about HIPAA. Like they can't give your medical records away without either, a subpoena, a warrant, or the patient's express consent.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it goes on a lot. All of the big pharmacy chains in the U.S. are handing this over to law enforcement without warrants, and some do so without even running the request by a legal professional, according to a congressional investigation. So this is not just some lighthearted thing. I saved that till after because I wanted to really nail the point home, right? You see what I did there? I slid it in there. But this is serious privacy concerns because, in this day and age, nobody's stupid enough to believe that everybody on the force is a good, honest person and stuff, just like anywhere else in life. I'm not picking on police here, right? But that's,
I mean, you can. I mean,
yeah.
You don't hurt my feelings.
Yeah. True enough, right? True enough. But it's not even focused on that. It's just this is the kind of thing that warrants were brought in to make sure that we never had to deal with. Very, very bad.
Yeah, but I mean, it's illegal. I mean, I've worked in a number of hospitals, and usually they have their own, there's like an actual section that deals with requests from lawyers for, patient information. A lot of hospitals will have patients sign off that, and the legalese varies from place to place, but yeah, if a judge has said you must give up these records, then I mean it's just like for your home. If a cop says, "Hey, can we come in?"
Yeah.
Look, everybody. The answer is only, do you have a warrant?
Yes.
That's it. I don't care if you've done something, if you haven't done something. The answer is only, do you have a warrant?
Yeah,
because they will come into your house and find something.
Oh, yes. Yeah, that question is always answered with a question, not an acquiesce or a negative or anything. You only answer with the question. Very good thing to say. Very good.
Yeah.
Very good. Now, you get your kids together, you get yourself in the old Griswold wagon and head off to the zoo. This is not what you wanted to be greeted with. But yeah, a group of parents were furious as Big Boy just got on and had himself a ride right in front of the kids that were there for like a field trip, right?
What is that? Is he like humping a log, or is that
No.
person?
No, he's got his female gorilla, and
oh, that's another gorilla.
Oh yeah, it was mating season. Yeah,
lovely.
Yeah, and lighting up a cigarette maybe or something is one thing, but and then look, help from behind comes in. We have reinforcements.
Oh, it's a monkey fluffer. Holy crap.
Maybe he's got a GoPro and they got this on the internet.
Wow.
Yeah.
I have to admit, I was not prepared.
Didn't know.
And I'm sure all those kids and their parents were. I can't imagine having to explain what, like.
Oh, I know, right?
I know.
Oh, yeah. Mommy, what's he doing to her? just.
Like, come on, little Johnny.
Yeah.
You saw nothing. Do you hear me?
Exactly. So we press on now, and we get into the Tuesday edition of Musk Watch 2023. And Tesla claims California false advertising law violates the First Amendment. Right?
What?
Because Tesla is being taken to task for the fact that their autopilot is not like autonomous and it's false advertising. There's a class action suit going ahead and whatnot. And Tesla, to get on the defensive, are now using the First Amendment. Elon's a frauditor, man.
I mean, lying has never been protected speech. I don't. I mean, you can lie, apparently on the news or whatever, but
yeah, take Fox for example.
Exactly. I mean, it was legal for them to say what they said, but it is also legal to sue them for slander.
Yeah.
California has a right to protect its citizens, and if you are, and like what he's doing is giving people like false security,
Mm-hmm.
and they're making decisions based on that endanger their lives.
Oh yeah.
So I really hope that the judges, I don't know, it's California. They have some of the most liberal judges in the country. I don't think this will fly, but
yeah. At the same time, though, they do seem to have cushy landing pads for some that have big wallets. So you never know here, right? Yeah. But we continue with Musk Watch because we aren't quite done. There was a little saga recently before the Cybertruck was being delivered. And early in the buyer's agreement for the Cybertruck, it said, we're going to sue your ass into oblivion if you try to resell this thing when you first buy it, because they don't want the market going skyrocket, people just buying them and selling them, right? And so people were outraged at this, and they slipped that out of the agreement, but it's back in the agreement that you actually sign when you get your delivery. Now, I'm of two minds to this because, number one, they're trying to make it so that if there's profit to be made, it's theirs because it's their thing being sold. And if all you're doing is buying it and reselling it, you're the same as a scalper with a ticket to some blonde bimbo's rock concert or whatever, right?
sure.
Yeah.
I mean, is this a thing that happens? Like, I can buy a car from the dealer cheaper than I could buy it from you, but I'd rather just buy it from you.
Well, the Cybertruck is going to be in very small supply at first. So everybody who gets one is going to get offers far above sticker.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, and Ferrari do this. Like, if you want to buy one of Ferrari's special $1.5 million ultra hypercars, but then all you do is sell it to somebody else right after for a profit, they won't invite you back into that program to get those cool cars anymore. They just kick you out, right? They don't even bother making it legal. They just say you. So I'm not sure on this if it's bad or good, but it's once again, Musk is in the news, so you might as well dig it up and have fun smearing it around.
I mean, he's
tough
a private
one, right?
owner, and he's a private owner, and he can do what he wants with his company. I would rather him just kick people out of the program like Ferrari does than tell people what they can do with their own private property.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'm kind of agnostic on this one, where I'm just like,
I know
it is a bad.
I know. I was waiting for a response on this one because I'm not sure either, right? I mean, I don't think I'd like somebody telling me, okay, you don't like the thing, well, you can't sell it. Because what if you end up not liking it, right? You know? Now, what's the one thing that you're not supposed to bring into an MRI machine? Well, that's metal, right?
Right.
So how about a handgun? Yeah, a woman shot herself in the ass after bringing a handgun into an MRI scanner. How can you be that stupid? Right? 57-year-old woman from Wisconsin, the United States, took a loaded firearm into the machine in June, which was then attracted to the magnet when it switched on. She was then shot in the butt, and all hell must have broke loose, right? How do you how has evolution let her family line get to the point where they have somebody alive in 2023 if this is the kind of behavior they exhibit on a normal?
What state does she live in?
It was Wisconsin, is that what I said? Yeah, Wisconsin.
All right. Hi, world. I'm just going to apologize to you on behalf of all Americans. We're stupid. I don't know what to say about that. I don't know why like taking a gun to a hospital felt like something she needed to do, much less a loaded one. Like I fight with like gun nuts semi-frequently, and like it's this shit. Like, I'm not trying to take away your guns, and I know that a lot of people abroad think, no, you should definitely have your guns taken, and I can totally understand why you would think that, because like, yeah, we are fucking nuts. What I would like is to like definitely get like there's a boyfriend loophole. Like, if you are abusive, if you have a history of abuse, you're most likely to use a firearms the wrong way. If you have like serious mental, like you've been in and out of the hospital due to mental disabilities.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. I would feel better if you didn't have a gun. If you have a gun, I would like you to be trained, and I would like it to be like a driver's license where you have to go, even if it's just half an hour, and like, this is how you clean the gun. This is, how you store the gun. Don't load it and bring it into an MRI machine.
Or a public area in general, unless you're like, Colombo or whatever, right? I mean,
right. I don't understand it.
Yeah. But, yeah. I don't see the need either.
I know we're over time for this one, and I had to go through that rant.
Yeah. No, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah. So, you know how Google and Epic Games, you may or you may not know, but they're having a big lawsuit right now because Epic Games is trying to prove that Google's app, the Google Play Store, is a monopoly, and they're using it heavy-handedly against people. Well, the jury has agreed. And Epic Games won the suit against Google. And coming up in the near future, you're going to probably see the EU and so on jump on this as well. Mm-hmm. But the days of Apple and Google having this gated community with a 30% revenue cut over everything is about to start falling apart. Can't wait to see it.
I mean, it's very cut and dry. I mean, it just is a monopoly.
Yeah.
I haven't been pushing so much on this one, like the game, like I don't like the airlines merging. I don't like telephone companies merging.
That high level consolidation of the big players when there's only a few of them, right? Yeah.
And a lot of people don't understand, like, it actually inhibits innovation.
Hugely.
When things like this happen. However, I would have stood back and just been like, okay, do what you have to do on this one, because it's just so convenient to go to one place. If I need an app, I know it, if it exists, it's going to be here. And as a consumer, it's just so nice to be able to do that one thing. But no, I mean, it was the right decision. So
I think that one
evil monopoly in your own right, and
but I think that one place will still work out to be. It just won't be one place where Google always gets 30%, because Google's still going to have to let Epic Games be in popularity and so on, right? Sometimes you lose the war, but you still got to play, right?
And I mean, it would be nice if like maybe Epic Games did a thing, and now Google must drop its prices to remain competitive, which is partially why we're seeing so much inflation right now. So
that's another thing with this high level consolidation. There'll still be competition in the market. What, 3 people, and all you have to do is go out for dinner, and all our plans are the same price. Gee, wonder how that worked. Come on. So is this the face of the guy you hope is dating your daughter? Well, no. I hope not, because he got drunk, and he took the Manatee mannequin and had sex with it, and then he threw alligator nuggets into a restaurant and then sexually molested the manatee mannequin. I can barely even say this.
What are these things?
What are alligator nuggets? Are those something you eat, or is that like a toy I've not heard of? Like, what?
I mean, I'm thinking it's like alligator feces. Like that's what that was the thing. I'm like, are they like chicken? They're like alligator nuggies.
Has anybody in the live chat ever eaten an alligator nugget? Is that a reference to something that's different that we just But yeah,
I mean, I know that people, especially in the South, eat alligator, but like nuggets. Okay, it's a look.
Yeah, and I think that's the manatee that he had filthy, dirty sex with. So turns out manatees like tacos afterwards. Yeah.
Well, who doesn't love tacos?
Yeah. I just wonder if there's a penetration point on the backside of that manatee, maybe.
What do you do? Do you just rub it up and down? Like
yeah. Just kind of, flip flop it in a flipper for a minute,
And how drunk do you have to be to like this is like bath salts? Like, that looks like a great idea.
Yeah, I've been drunk pretty badly on a few occasions in life, and that's never been a problem that I wake up to in the morning and go, damn, I did it again. Like let's see here. Now, I don't know, this might be a little techie for y'all, but follow me for a second here because you'll see where I'm going. So Broadcom, the company that owns VMware, they're one of those companies that make software so you can run multiple instances of different operating systems on server computers and stuff. Okay. They are killing off their perpetual licenses and switching to a subscription-only model. And I've talked about this BS around here before, but here's another company to avoid like the plague and make sure that you vote with your wallet and let people know that subscription things like this that should just be a paid license, are wrong, stupid, and have no place in society at all. Screw that.
I hate subscription services. I think the only one I have is my phone.
Yeah.
Because I remember a couple of years ago do you remember like cars were talking about doing that? So if you want to have GPS, you have to pay $5.
BMW did it. BMW did it with heated electric seats. If you didn't pay for them on the car, and this is a BMW we're talking about, right? So it's already an expensive car. Yeah. You could monthly pay for them after. You drag the weight of the object around in the car, negatively affecting your mileage and so on and whatnot. And it's there, but you can't have it unless you pay me monthly. Could you ever imagine that becoming a thing?
No,
bad.
Okay, then I need a free car. And if I'm going to pay, if you want to keep the wheels, what does this mean?
That's what I say to people that wear those shirts with the big thing on it that says like Nike or Adidas. I'm like, do they pay you to wear that? Because you are a billboard. You realize that, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. Let's see here. Okay. So this guy, he seems normal, right? He's not. He was starting a business renting out a latex sex doll by the hour from his home. I kid you not.
So if you don't return the doll.
No, you had to go to his house to use the doll.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so he was doing like a latex brothel.
I don't want those people in my house.
I know. Can you imagine?
No.
Or what if it's like 2 p.m. The guy walks in, has it been washed? Like it's just...
is he is he doing the washing? Because that's like I mean that's some cuck stuff right there.
That's not a job you give to the neighborhood kid that should be mowing lawns for a living, okay? That's not the job for him.
No, that's
or
like
her.
$50 an hour. Okay, I have to clean the spunk of other people off of dolls.
Oh,
yeah, I'm gonna need some more money. That's not a minimum wage type deal.
Yeah, no. So and then the neighbors discovered what was going on and they flipped out, and the authorities have stepped in. So, yeah.
Is it was it sex work? Like, is that illegal?
I'm not sure what her rights are in the situation, but
I mean, if I just want to invite my friends over and we want to, like, release ourselves into a doll every day. I mean, the cops can you get involved? I mean, that seems weird.
yeah, it's creepy, isn't it? What a strange thing. So, if you were thinking about that as a career opportunity for yourself, I'm not sure it's going to work out as well as you might have thought. Now, quick one here. The Privacy Shield. This is an Italian thing. They're about to kick in this thing where internet service providers have to start blocking pirate IPTV channels now, VPN providers in Italy, as well as DNS servers. A lot of techno there, blah, blah. But Italy is really trying to put a wall around unpaid streaming services where it's bootleg content. Probably not a bad way to go, because you're never going to stop a real pirate who knows how to use Usenet and so on and whatnot. But this just stops the lazy people that deserve to be caught, because do better. You can, come on, right? Hey, we cover how a lot of the streaming services do a lot of rip-off stuff and whatnot.
They do, yeah.
You can pay Netflix for 4K content, but it only will work on certain devices. And if you just happen to have a Windows PC plugged into your TV, the odds of getting true 4K are slim to none. That's really what they do. So I always advocate saying, screw them, force them to do better for us, and then pay them, right?
Yeah.
But Italy's they're pushing hard on that one. And I think it's good, because it takes the ones doing the easy road away, right?
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I'm on the fence about it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like the idea of VPNs.
Oh no, they're not saying you can't use a VPN, but VPN providers have to make sure they're not enabling illegal bootleg content. They don't have to monitor to see if you're going to like Sky to do a British Grand Prix watch or something. They don't have to care about that. Just the bootleggers and stuff.
No, I mean, I understand that. I mean, but I hate slippery slope arguments, but I tend to make them a lot for the government. It's like, okay, well, you can't allow this with the internet, and then you can't allow that, and next thing you know, you're back where VPN's no different than a non-VPN. And you're talking about a lot of money to police something that is inherently difficult to police due to the nature of how the internet works in the beginning. So, right, I'm not sure that the Italians are gonna like this idea in 5 years when the budget just keeps getting bigger and bigger. See how that plays out, right? See. Yeah, we'll see how it plays out. And who knows? Maybe they'll start a trend.
Yeah. Here we go. Santa Claus warming up for the northern part of the route. There he goes. Woohoo! But there's this thing in Maine in the States, and all these people dress up as Santa Claus and hit the hills and go skiing. See, check this out.
Really?
Yeah.
And that's the thing.
Yeah, totally. They do this every year. Here's a Grinch. I like that, right? But like 300 people showed up, all dressed and whatnot, and the kids are out too, and everybody's skiing. But yeah,
all right, at least they're doing it for kids, or
it's a charity thing as well. I think they raise some money. Yeah.
I thought it was just like, okay, well, a bunch of men got together and they get their rocks off dressing up like Santa.
Yeah, this is what bronies do in the winter.
Right, exactly.
But it looks like it's some cool, like the kids are all there.
Yeah,
and, what do you say?
I like the idea of it for charity and for kids, and I mean the kids would love it.
Yeah. The FTC is looking into Microsoft's relationship with OpenAI. Microsoft has put huge money into it. OpenAI's main company that owns them is listed as a non-profit, but then there is a company underneath, which is a profitable company that's actually in control of ChatGPT. So it's this really weird balance of things. And the FTC at this point is like, I'm not sure that you investing in the main company is on the board, and we want to see what kind of like agreements are for ownership and stuff, because you're investing in a nonprofit, because they're looking at the high company that owns the small company. So
Right.
yeah, I don't know a lot about all the legalities of nonprofit and whatnot, but if there's one thing I do know over the years, is Microsoft has always been willing to skirt the line of legality to the point where the whole body's over the line of into illegal, and they got one little toe just still on the line going, no, I'm okay. So I want to see it, because Microsoft has thrown billions into this company, like huge amounts of money.
Oh,
right?
yeah. And so is it just a tax issue, or is there something about the content that they're having an issue with?
I think they might be having issue with is along with the idea of ownership for tax and stuff, and then the nonprofit nature, and how does that pertain to Microsoft getting maybe intellectual property out of this deal and being able to use it for themselves and stuff? Because now you've got a nonprofit using a profit company's money to then give them back something in the background that lets them make more money. I see. It's just there's a lot of the lawyers are going to make millions on this one for sure.
I am not surprised they're looking into that, because that is kind of sketchy.
Yeah. And Microsoft, with their reputation, anytime something seems sketchy, the government's going to jump all over it, right? I mean, they love the press at very least, Here, check this out. A Christmas light display has the neighbors pissed because it's too much. So let's see if I can get this to play here.
Oh my God, that's awesome.
Yeah, that's what I thought, right?
I love it. Wait, is this on somebody's lawn?
Yeah. In like a more populated area somewhere in New York or something too, right? So you've got some people that must have spent $600,000 or whatever on their houses, just going, that's the tackiest stuff I ever seen, and complaining, right? This is like that episode of The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air where the neighbors give them crap for dressing it up like normal Christmas, right?
God, the light bill, right?
Oh man,
I think it's awesome. If this were my next door neighbor, I could see me being upset.
Yeah, exactly. This is that one you want to drive to go and check out. You don't
exactly.
Yeah.
You don't. And then total NIMBY light feature.
Yeah. Just a little bit more tech here. But there was a study done. This is out of the BBC here, and let's see here. Who did the study? Oh hell, it's buried in the nonsense. But AI in a study was as good or slightly better at checking X-rays than your average doctor.
Oh.
Yeah. Now, this is one story for AI that I'm interested in, because if you still had doctors double checking, not maybe everyone, but the more, concerning things and whatnot, this could lower costs in a hospital. Now, whether it would, and people at the top would just put some in their pockets and stuff. I mean, but, that is actually a good use of some of this AI, instead of, dressing the girl next door to you up in a frog suit and having her jump around for a meme or whatever. I don't know,
I know everybody looks at AI and they're like, oh my God, they're going to take our jobs. I mean, an AI is not going to take all the doctors' jobs. But what it could do is, the doctor's going to look at this, and then you send it through AI to make sure that there's nothing that you forgot, and it's like a double check.
Yeah.
I really like it for that feature, because doctors, contrary to their own beliefs, are not gods.
Yeah.
And sometimes things are missed.
Exactly.
So I like the idea of AI as a double checking system.
If you're a fan of the old, here, quick one. If you're a fan of the older Star Trek movies with like Scotty and everybody, do you remember when he comes up with transparent aluminum and teaches them? I can one up that. This guy has figured out, and they're now making transparent wood.
How?
Why? Yeah, it has something to do with, because you can have a transparent material that's renewable. I don't know. I guess you can't just always dig up sand to make glass or something. Seems to be a lot of it. But 30 years ago, a botanist in Germany had a wish. He wanted to see the inner workings of woody plants without having to rip them apart. So he started bleaching away the pigments in the cells, and he created transparent wood. And now it's being developed, and they're trying to make this a product that you could get soon. So imagine having a transparent wood screen on your cell phone. I mean, I guess it's bragging rights, but who cares? It is, like.
No, yeah, I do like getting away from plastic. If that
Yeah, okay.
if it could do that, I guess.
Yeah, that's not a bad call. I didn't think of it that way. Yeah, if you could start making bottles out of transparent wood, that's got to be better than just having plastic everywhere. That's a good call. Yeah.
Or even like paper bags or anything. Like,
right.
Just like so we can, get that.
Yeah.
I don't know what they're actually going to do with it.
I'm going to keep a search for it so I can keep looking every now and then to check it out. So, yeah.
You know about that.
The clock is done. We're going to wrap it up. Maya, tell everybody who you are, where to find you, and we'll get the link drop with the mods and stuff.
42 minutes? That was really
we do it to 30 and then it's 35 out. It's kind of a stupid joke and then traveler hitchhiker's guide and whatnot. But yeah, I mean,
Oh, I totally understand that. Yeah. So 43. So last year my joke was like, I am the answer to life, the universe, and everything. And so this year it's been like, I'm the answer to life, the universe, and everything. +1.
That's awesome.
But no, you can find me at Maya Atkinson on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and the Threads. So I am part of a duo for Bad Science Sundays, and we like to look at just the craziest stuff on the internet, and we drink and debunk. So if you like, let me think, Sir Sick, Vice Rhino, Professor Stick, like we kind of look at these, or Logic is another good one that we compare ourselves to. Like with Logic and Sir Sick, we do a lot of the same people that they do. So I don't know. A lot of people find us funny, and we're not monetized, so we're a little more vulgar. So that starts at 9:30 p.m. Eastern time. So if that sounds like something that you would like, come on through. I think my birthday is actually in 2 days. I was thinking about doing a 420 stream. Thank you.
Happy birthday. There it goes.
Thank you.
My little effect.
That is beautiful. And I think this week, Saturday, I'm going to be on Skeptic Haven, and they're doing a holiday thing. So
cool.
Yeah, it's really a busy month for us, but really appreciative to the Shills for bringing me on and letting me. You know me, I'm a news junkie, so I love doing stuff like this.
I thought you'd get into it, for sure.
Where do you find these news stories?
Most of it's dug up by CF Beauty and the rest of the research team who do everything for us in the background. And speaking of which, on the mod team today, we had CF Beauty again, and BME, Cattle and Tea, Shayna Caldwell, Skits Crasher, PJ CNET, and Liam Wakefield. So huge thanks, everybody. Nice. Awesome.
I love your mods. They are all awesome people.
And they do a lot of research for us and so on in the background too. And it just makes it so much easier for us to do what we do, right? It's awesome. Awesome.
Right.
So yeah, at that note, I think we will say good night, everybody, and see you very soon. Boom.